applause because we're celebrating tonight the premiere of Latino poetry, the Library of American Anthology, 400 years of Latino poetry, edited by Rigoberto, González, ahí nada más. Dímelo, Willie!
This poem is very important to me. It's by Miguel Algarín, who was one of the founders of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. It's called Nuyorican Angel Papo, the bisexual super macho. The 4th of July fireworks went unseen by me. If you cannot see them, then I would not see the New York skyline ablaze in colored fire. The red, white, and blue would climb to the moon without my 4th of July, Coney Island, Bushwick, Brooklyn, church-going, newfound friend. We parted in the name of fear, the not falling into the black hole of speedy passions and underdeveloped love.
We're here in Brooklyn, the home of another great Puerto Rican, Jesus Colon, who in his book, A Puerto Rican in New York and Other Sketches, writes a vignette of a Puerto Rican.
We who integrate
America, simmering each other's slangs,
indigenous nativizing our tongues,
cruising accents.
Who are you, English?
Telling me,
speak only English or die.
Let the rain fall on you so that the cleansing waters of Olofi Olotumare can bathe you in our chair, the positive energy force of the multiverse. Ainama.
This is Rigoberto González. I'm the editor of the Latino Poetry, a Library of America Anthology. This was a project a long time in coming, inspired in part by the success of the African American Anthology, edited by Kevin Young. Part 2 of that initiative, or that movement to recognize very specific communities and literary histories of the United States. Many of our anthologies of Latino literature or Latinx literature were selective, specialized, but they didn't really show the panoramic view of the history and legacy of Latinx poetry, particularly as it connected or related to the U.S.
We are grateful for the labor that this incredible anthology entails, and we know such project, right, is one person's labor, but we all know the work that Rigoberto has done for Latino, Latina, Latinx, Latina poets. And I did want to start by asking both of these fabulous poets to talk about what it means to them.
It always has felt really complicated to be a Latino poet, specifically because I have so many others inside of me: the colonizer, the enslaved, the indigenous person, having all of these inside of me and deciding as a poet what's going to be important in my work.
I'm excited to have poetry give me a voice in this conversation around identity, history, culture. I just want us to continue to dream and imagine and construct identities in ways that push us forward. Let's just see where it takes us.
There's a lot of canonical poets here, Jose Marti, right? Or William Carlos Williams, who was messily Boricua, but whatever, he's still in there. So thank you, Rich. So I think there's that tension, right, in the anthology between Latinos, this normative term that lets us take people from, either a kind of Latin American background in the U.S. or people from many kind of emerging and historic diasporas and put them into conversation.
This anthology is doing something different. Mm-hmm. It's taking into consideration all the ways that we are poets and all the many poets that we have within the diaspora, within the Caribbean, within Latin America in general.
I think this book is monumental because I think we've always been at the heart of cultural movements. I like to compare this anthology to Simon Bolivar's vision of a Latinx federation, whereby all the Latin American countries, Central America, South America, the Spanish-speaking Caribbean, would form one nation. And this book is like the poetic version, this a plentitude of voices, so that it's really, really difficult to circumscribe the Latinx experience to just one stereotype.
I've always questioned what is Latino poetry. In my own work, how much of my Latino-ness is in my poetry? Today we're addressing that distinction around Latino poets in New York City specifically. Loss, movement, discovery. Finding self allows other selves to emerge when life is in constant flux. Between territories, between identities. I am not what you expect, I am more.
Thanks to Library of America and to Rigoberto for this incredible anthology. This is one of the most prestigious, right, but also one of the most canonical, as it were, presses, right? And so on the one hand, we could say, wow, Latinos now have a Library of America anthology. How fantastic in terms of what is, right, Latinidad, right? And Latinidad is a kind of, it's not even an ethnicity, it's a pan-ethnic formation, right? Rooted in a kind of imperial history.
Part of also what I love about this event, thank you for organizing it, is that we are in this commemoration of this tradition and the recognizing of Latinidad as a power, as 1/3 of New York City. We're really interrogating a narrative, criminalizing immigrants, especially Latino immigrants, brown immigrants, instead of recognizing the power that immigrants bring.
I'm taking a mode of composition created by the jazz musician Butch Morris, where he would conduct improvisational musicians through various hand gestures and create an on-the-spot composition. And working with this anthology to kind of like see where the layering of language in a way evokes Latino poetry, but also evokes the city itself.
Ya las gentes murmuran que yo soy tu enemiga, porque dicen con verso, doy al mundo tu yo.
Human truth, you, honey, of Protestant hypocrisy. I came to know him, living like an H incarcerated in the honey of his bees.
And still New York is my home, my home, my home. And Harlem sails through the slackness of this sluggish afternoon.
In Nicaragua.
In Nicaragua.
In Nicaragua. In Nicaragua. In Nicaragua.
And a river across
Lo que soy yo.
When I came from my homeland, El Salvador, with the intention of
You are in my mouth when I hear believe.
Some wave, a wave of
On
melody.
TV, they are eating
Trombone
empanadas.
speaking to
We ate bananas
piano
just
is
this
trying
week.
to break
I
the
fried them
molecule.
barefoot
It's
with
trying to lift the stage into
Even though
orbit
I have no
around the
mother,
red
I
streets,
was born once for
the
the
shadows, the
Then
shadows
we believe.
of dancers,
Remember the
dancing,
rumors?
dancing
Unto me,
for
stone woman.